It's not just about the number for him, although some guys might do that. But for him, it's more like being a friend to the girls, being a buddy to the girls. And then when he finds the right girl, he might get lucky. That's how it works. There's a famous quote that goes, "The best things in life are free." But for Rico, a charismatic tour guide from the Philippines, he decided to flip that quote on its head and made the best things in life free for him. Rico's tale is one of charm, strategy, and a whole lot of Boracay sunshine. It's a story about how he's tasted success with a whopping 1,052 foreign girls. But it's not your typical pickup artist playbook. Let's dive into the juicy details and find out how this man has captured the hearts of so many travelers. Growing up in a small Naipa hut near the iconic White Beach, Rico knew the struggle of living on an island dependent on tourism. From a young age, he had a plan. He wanted to become a tour guide, and his heart and soul were set on meeting and tasting as many foreign girls as possible. With his naturally tan skin and a grin that could light up the darkest cave, Rico was a charmer. He learned English by chatting with tourists and took every chance to practice his skills. He was eager to explore every nook and cranny of the island, and he loved to show off his knowledge to anyone who'd listen. Rico saw an opportunity to make a decent living by capitalizing on the curiosity of foreigners. And let's be real, who doesn't love a good old-fashioned island adventure? That's exactly what Rico delivered. But it wasn't just about the adventure. Rico had a knack for creating connections. He could make anyone feel like the most important person in the world for those few hours he spent with them. That's because Rico was genuinely interested in people. He had a talent for asking the right questions and listening attentively to the answers. This way, he could tailor each tour to the individual, ensuring they had the best experience possible. His friendly demeanor and ability to make people feel at ease quickly made him a popular choice among tourists. Word of mouth spread like wildfire, and soon Rico was receiving more requests than he could handle. As his reputation grew, so did his income. He was able to upgrade his humble abode and provide better opportunities for his family. But for Rico, the money was just a bonus. His true reward was the connections he made with the diverse range of people who visited Boracay. Rico's approach to dating foreign girls was as unique as his island home. Unlike the stereotypical pickup artist, Rico wasn't interested in empty flattery or cheap tricks. He believed in being genuine, respectful, and forming real connections. He treated every woman he met with kindness, and that's what set him apart from the crowd. But being genuine doesn't mean it was all smooth sailing. Rico had his fair share of awkward moments and outright rejections, but instead of letting it get to him, he used it as fuel to improve his game. He analyzed why a particular tactic didn't work and adjusted his approach accordingly. Rico understood that each woman was different and required a different approach. He was a master of reading people, and he could quickly figure out what made them tick. Some women just wanted someone to listen to their stories, while others were looking for a bit of fun in the sun. Rico was happy to oblige either way. With his easygoing nature and endless supply of cheesy one-liners, Rico was able to put women at ease and help them relax into their vacation mode. He knew how to make them laugh, how to keep the conversation flowing, and how to make them feel like the only person in the world. As Rico continued to hone his craft, he started to develop a system that worked like a charm. He began by building rapport with his clients, asking them questions about their interests and tailoring the tour to their needs. He knew that if he could make them feel comfortable and relaxed, the rest would come naturally. Once he had their trust, he would casually bring up the idea of going off the beaten path, exploring hidden beaches and secret waterfalls that were off-limits to most tourists. He knew that most women were looking for an adventure, and he was happy to provide it. But Rico wasn't just a tour guide. He was also a bit of a wingman for the guys traveling with their girlfriends or wives. He knew how to subtly suggest romantic gestures that would make the sparks fly. He might casually mention that a nearby restaurant was perfect for a date night, or suggest a secluded beach for a private picnic. Rico's subtle nudges helped these couples deepen their bond and create unforgettable memories together. Throughout his career, Rico had picked up a valuable skill: reading body language. He could tell when a woman was interested by the way she laughed at his jokes, the way she leaned closer during the tour, and the way she looked at him with a hint of admiration. Rico knew that a little eye contact and a well-timed smile could go a long way, but he never pushed it too far. He respected his clients' boundaries and never forced anything that made them uncomfortable. One day, Rico met a young woman named Lena on one of his tours. She was a Swede who had traveled to Boracay solo and was looking for a good time. Rico immediately noticed that Lena was different from the other women he had met. She was quieter, more reserved, and seemed a bit lost in thought. But Rico was intrigued by her and decided to get to know her better. He started by asking her about Sweden and her life back home. He was fascinated by her stories and listened intently while she spoke. As the tour continued, Rico noticed that Lena started to open up to him. She began to share more about herself and her thoughts on Boracay. Rico was impressed by her intelligence and wit, and he found himself enjoying her company more than he had expected. When the tour ended, Rico didn't want to say goodbye to Lena. He asked her if she'd like to meet up again, and she agreed. They spent the next few days exploring Boracay together. Rico showed her his favorite spots on the island, and they had a great time laughing, talking, and getting to know each other. Rico was attracted to Lena, but he knew that it was important to take things slowly. He didn't want to pressure her or make her feel uncomfortable, so he took her on several dates, getting to know her better before making his move. After a few weeks, Rico decided that he had fallen in love with Lena. He knew that he couldn't imagine his life without her, and he decided to propose. Lena was surprised but overjoyed. She had never felt this way about anyone before, and she knew that Rico was the one for her. They got married a year later and are still together today. Now, here's the thing. Not everyone is going to agree with Rico's tactics. Some people might think it's just too smooth or even manipulative, but Rico doesn't see it that way. He believes in being confident and going after what you want, as long as it's done respectfully. Rico's story is an interesting look into the world of dating and relationships. It shows that it's possible to succeed as a nice guy if you're confident and know how to read people. Rico, a Filipino tour guide based in Boracay, has had his fair share of romantic encounters with foreign women. In fact, his reputation as a bon vivant has preceded him, leading many to wonder how this charismatic guide has managed to win the hearts of so many. With his disarming grin and knowledge of all the best spots on the island, it's no wonder that Rico has become a legend among the traveling set. But how many women exactly have been a part of his colorful love life? Join us as we explore the intriguing story of Rico, the legendary Filipino tour guide, and uncover the secrets behind his remarkable success with women. Growing up in Boracay, Rico was no stranger to the attention of foreign women. From the time he was a young boy, he had witnessed the steady stream of tourists who flocked to the island in search of adventure and romance. But it wasn't until he became a tour guide himself that he realized the full potential of his charm and charisma. He quickly learned that the key to success in this line of work was not just about showing tourists the best spots on the island, but also about providing them with an experience they would never forget. And so, Rico began to hone his skills, becoming a master of creating memorable experiences for his clients. He knew exactly which beaches to take them to, which restaurants to introduce them to, and how to make each encounter feel like a personal adventure. But it was his ability to connect with his clients on a personal level that truly set him apart. Rico was a natural listener, and he took the time to get to know each person he met. He was interested in their stories, their dreams, and their desires, and he made sure that they felt seen and heard. This approach allowed him to build trust and rapport with his clients, which paved the way for more intimate connections. With his good looks and easy charm, Rico quickly became a favorite among the female tourists who visited Boracay. They loved his sense of humor, his knowledge of the island, and his ability to make them feel special. Soon enough, word began to spread about the charismatic tour guide who knew how to treat a woman right. As more and more tourists arrived in Boracay, looking for a taste of adventure and romance, Rico's reputation grew. Some say it was his disarming smile or his ability to make any situation feel like a grand adventure that made him so appealing. Others say it was his deep understanding of the female psyche and his uncanny ability to cater to their needs that set him apart from the competition. Whatever the reason, Rico's popularity soared and he became the go-to guide for women looking for a night of passion and excitement. While some may have dismissed Rico's success as merely a product of luck or chance, those who knew him understood that it was the result of years of hard work, dedication, and a deep understanding of his craft. He had honed his skills as a tour guide to perfection, becoming a master of his trade. His knowledge of Boracay was unparalleled, and his ability to connect with his clients on a personal level was unmatched. Rico's story is a testament to the power of hard work, dedication, and a genuine passion for his craft. He didn't just stumble into success. He worked for it, studied it, and perfected it. His story is an inspiration to all of us who want to achieve greatness in our own fields. It's important to note that Rico's interactions with his clients were always consensual and respectful. He never pressured any of them to do anything they weren't comfortable with, and he always made sure that their needs were met. Rico was a true professional who took pride in his work, and he understood that his reputation was on the line with every interaction. That's why he went above and beyond to ensure that every client had a positive experience. His success wasn't just about the number of women he slept with. It was about the positive impact he had on their lives and the unforgettable memories he helped them create. Rico's philosophy was simple. He believed that everyone deserved to feel special, and he made sure that his clients did. He understood that life was short and that every moment should be savored, and he shared that philosophy with everyone he met. He encouraged them to live life to the fullest and,